Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Welcome back to another stream. I'm your host, Wyoming Doesn't Exist, calling from the place that doesn't exist. And this evening, we've got a jam-packed program for everyone, by which I mean my better half, Mrs. Facade here, is going to join me. We're going to chat about some local news and some not so local news, and maybe discuss some of that cultural aspect of some not so local news. And then, time permitting, maybe we'll get to cram some Deep Rock Galactic in. So, while I double check that everything is going well, yep,
Hmm.
looking good on Kick.
Right.
And it's looking okay on Twitch. How nice. All right. So let's talk news from Japan.
Got a lot of news from Japan this week. Somehow. It just fell into our laps.
Yep. And this one we're going to start. We're going to start with some stuff from Cowboy State Daily because, of course, we will.
I was going to say, start with the Bears.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing.
Yes. A Wyoming newspaper article about bears in Japan.
hmm Let me actually share that
Hmm.
instead of just chatting about it.
Our disembodied voices just yammering into the void.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Uh,
Japan calling out the military to help stop bear attacks.
yep. So this one is fascinating from people living in Wyoming because Wyoming is not, a no bears state. We're one of the most rural states in the Union. Arguably, we're the most, with the possible exception of Alaska. Um, Although I believe Alaska technically has higher population density averaged out than Wyoming does. Um, I may be wrong about that, but I'll look it up sometime later. Either way, however, um, we're no strangers to bears and human interaction with bears. So Japan calls out the military to help stop surge in bear attacks is quite shocking. Um, every so often in this state, you'll hear about, oh, this set of hunters went out and surprised a grizzly outside Yellowstone and they had to shoot it because it charged them. That happens, I'm going to say, about once a year, maybe twice,
Mhm.
maybe 3 or 4 times if it's really a bad year. Um, let's get into it because the calling out the military is not. I expected it would be completely unreasonable, and I don't think it is, because the article opens with Japan for years has had a problem with bear attacks, but lately it's gotten so bad the military was deployed to help protect people from getting mauled and killed. Since April, roughly 100 people have been injured and at least 12 have been killed by bears in Japan, as reported by the Associated Press. Um, that is, those are wild numbers here. That's nuts. I mean, I don't think there have been 100 people injured by bears in the entire United States this year, let alone since April.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm looking at the Associated Press article that Cowboy State Daily linked to, and it says that in Akita Prefecture, which has a population of 888,000, bears have attacked more than 50 people since May, killing at least four. And it's
Jeez.
mostly in residential areas.
Yeah. And um, yeah, like I said, that's a crazy, crazy pile of numbers. Um, somebody, I keep laughing because that's unthinkable in the U.S. Um, it's not impossible, but it's the sort of thing I might expect to hear in a newspaper article circa 1880, right? You know, hey, all these pioneers have been pushing into bear country and 100 of them have been attacked and 12 are dead. That I that would be about right. First world country like Japan having 100 people be injured and 12 killed in a single year, that's that's nuts. So let's get through the rest of this because
Yeah.
I think it's enlightening. Um, the article continues, Japanese troops aren't marching into the country's densely forested mountains to shoot bears. Certified civilian hunters will be authorized to kill some bears, but Japan will stick mostly to non-lethal control. Troops will assist with a variety of tasks, including setting live traps for bears and transporting hunters. And here's a cool picture, and the subtitle on this picture is actually pretty interesting. It says Japan's brown bears are essentially the same species as Wyoming's grizzlies, which is interesting. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Um, but I can certainly see the resemblance there. So it says astounding numbers. Japan has an estimated population of about 54,000 bears. Those include Asiatic black bears, which are similar to North American black bears. Northern Japan also has brown bears, which are similar to grizzlies. Bear attacks have been a problem there for many years. That could be because of a variety of factors, bear expert Frank Van Manen told Cowboy State Daily, and that's a great job. Uh,
Hmm.
if this whole streaming thing in my current career falls through, I want to be a bear expert.
Yeah.
How do I
Yeah.
get that job? Um,
Lots of shotgun shells. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
there are dense human populations in the valleys and towns and cities, but right up against the forests where bears live, said Manon. And he gets into this later in the article. I have read through this already. Um, I I don't think it's just that.
No.
I think that's definitely a factor, but I don't think it's just, oh, there's urban populations near where the bears live because there are urban populations near where bears live in the United States. I mean, you don't get these kind of numbers out of Alaska, and there's a bunch of bears in Alaska.
There's so many bears.
Yeah,
Polar bears way north,
yeah,
like the scariest of bears.
yeah. Um, Van Manen visited Japan. Oh, interesting.
Oh,
There's
cool.
another Cowboy State Daily article linked here talking about it's from last year talking about bear attacks in Japan. I must have missed that
I
last year.
didn't
That's
even miss that.
entertaining.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, visited Japan several times for bear-related meetings and also has collaborated on academic papers about Japan's bears. He is affiliated with the International Association for Bear Research and Management and has spent many years researching grizzlies in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. In Japan's rural areas, aging residents have been moving away to go live in the cities, leaving many smaller communities increasingly vacant, he said. Bears and other wildlife have moved in to reclaim those areas, which could increase the conflict with the people still living there. And that, I think that is the bigger issue. Um, well, bigger,
That I think it's that, and up earlier they were like non-lethal methods, and
yes.
that that's one of my big soapboxes is you can't
Well,
predator. Yeah, they're. It's not like wolves who are pack hunters, and we'll go, okay, well, they're not going to push back, so we can keep pushing into their territory and take their stuff. But it's the same thing. They're. I don't know. I,
yeah, hang on. You're coming through kind of quiet. Let me see if
oh,
I can
okay.
boost you a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Is this any better?
Not really.
Oh
And actually,
no.
I can't boost you anymore. That's interesting.
What the heck? Well, you can keep reading, and I'll contribute when I can.
So, well, but before I
Better?
keep reading, um, this I think it's a matter of a combination of population density, not a lot of backcountry for the bears to live in, um, and yeah, as you said, the non-lethal approach to wildlife management. Because bears aren't stupid, right? If you if they run into people and your response is to tranquilize them and move them away, the smart ones will get the picture. The really smart ones will realize, oh, there's no consequence to me eating out of these garbage cans. And in a place like Japan, they don't have to go far. And then add to that the fact that, places in the US where there's a lot of bears, the people in bear country out running into bears are frequently carrying guns and pepper spray. And
Mhm.
so there's immediate consequences for bears that run into people. Um, they get the message and they end up being probably shyer than they would be elsewhere. And this is a lot of people really do not understand the reality of dealing with predatory wildlife,
Yeah,
right? We're
exactly.
like 150 years removed, maybe 100
Mm,
from wolves eating people on the outskirts of Paris um, fairly regularly. But a lot of people have already forgotten, the predators, if they do not understand that humans are not prey, are going to see us as prey. We're pink, squishy, hairless apes with no claws and fairly blunt teeth and not a whole lot of strength. It, our whole success is through tool using. Um, and if you don't demonstrate that somehow, they're going to keep coming after you.
yeah, you saw. Can you hear me okay now?
A
Any
little
better?
bit better.
Okay. Sorry. Uh, well, if you need me to stop and adjust things, let me know.
You sound better that way.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Uh, I mean, you saw a lot of this in Wyoming. Was it last year, the year before? That huge U.S. national headline about the wolf that was caught
Yeah,
and is
outside
chased
of
down. Yeah.
that little town, I've forgotten.
Yeah, and the follow-up to that too was just the endless headlines of all the wolves being released in Colorado, where the Colorado, you're not allowed to use any lethal measures against wolves, and then they cross the border, and then you've got super aggressive wolves who
Hmm.
clash with the human ranchers who have no choice but to shoot them because otherwise their livelihood is at stake or their own lives. And I know that's just been it's been a point of tension between Colorado and Wyoming for a very long time, I think. But as you said, it's just this lack of understanding for how wildlife works and what the realities are of being out in the wilderness when you're just one person or
Hmm.
you know and yeah, it's unfortunate to me too because a lot of arguments I hear against using lethal force against predators who encroach on human property or human territory is, well, that's unethical. It's not respectful of the wildlife. And I'm like, no, I think that's very respectful because they think of you the same way. Like they'll they'll use lethal force on you if they have to. If you ever were to go after a bear's cub, which I've never seen a headline of anyone trying to do that.
You'd
Yeah,
have to be an idiot.
yeah, the mom will kill you. Like it's just the way it is. So yeah, I think the lack of lethal force is probably a big factor because I'm looking a little bit at the AP article they linked that I didn't notice before, and yeah, a lot of the measures that are being employed is like traps with food and relocation, and I'm like, okay, well, no one's gonna put their foot down with the bears, so they're just gonna keep doing what they've been doing. And if they've been taking over these sort of abandoned rural areas and they're like, hey, these people are in my area with my food
Yeah.
source, get out.
Well, let's keep going down this
Yes,
article
sorry.
because I think
Sorry.
that's
Yeah.
relevant
Okay, yeah,
here.
yeah. Mhm.
Um, so, in Japan's rural areas, aging residents have been moving away to go live in the cities, leaving many
Mm,
smaller communities increasingly vacant, he said. Bears and other wildlife have moved in to reclaim those areas, which could increase the conflict with the people still living there. And I think that's the big thing is
mhm,
there's fewer people in these sort of residential areas. You've got a lot of abandoned homes, a lot of abandoned rural or semi-rural, somewhat developed areas, and the people who are still living there are probably increasingly more on the elderly side, right? It's not full of vigorous young families who will attack bears with sticks and will maybe actually look like a slight threat to smaller predators. Um,
mhm,
it's more elderly, weaker residents who probably look like a prime snack to a bear looking for an easy meal. Um,
mhm.
so I think you're onto something with it being this unexpected blurring of the boundaries between human residential areas and wildlife territory.
Mhm.
So, article continues, from the outside, sending in troops against bears might seem like an overreaction, Van Manen said, but from the Japanese perspective, it might make sense. Japan doesn't have dedicated wildlife management agencies, such as the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Wyoming Game and Fish Department. Human bear conflicts are frequently handled by local police agencies or non governmental organizations, he said. Bringing in troops to help with boots on the ground operations, like setting bear traps, might have been necessary if local authorities were getting overwhelmed. He doesn't blame Japanese authorities for the strong response. Those are astounding bear attack numbers. I think in many areas of our country, those sorts of numbers would be unacceptable, he said. And he is entirely correct.
Yeah.
If we had that kind of number in Wyoming, it would be a statewide emergency. I
Yes.
mean, it probably wouldn't be an immediate, hand everybody a bear rifle and go kill them all, but it would certainly indicate a need for additional wildlife education and probably some response in terms of relocating bears because we have, more backcountry to relocate them into, and probably putting down some of the more repeat offenders.
Yeah.
Um, Retired federal ecologist Chuck Neal of Cody told Cowboy State Daily that dense human populations in places like Japan can make for more trouble with bears and other large wildlife. Bear spray might help mitigate Japan's problems, he said. Bear spray will work on an Asiatic black bear just as well as it will on a Wyoming grizzly, he said. I have heard mixed
I was gonna say
reports of bear spray efficacy.
it's like tear spray against, violent criminals. It could work, or it could just make them really mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying don't carry bear spray because it's
No.
better than nothing,
Carry
certainly.
something, but I'm not sure about just handing out bear spray to elderly Japanese people in rural areas.
Well, I'm probably, frankly, I think if you have to pick a population that's
Well,
safe to
yeah,
hand bear spray to,
okay,
rural Japanese people are probably about as safe as you're going to get.
yeah,
But I don't know that I would rely on that as the only
hmm,
solution.
yeah.
Um, Van Manen said he didn't recall seeing many people packing bear spray during his visits to Japan. That could be changing. The demand for bear spray in Japan is surging, but supplies have been running short, the Asahi Shimbun reported. And you know what? Let's look at that.
I was gonna say, yeah, all these links we didn't notice before. We were just ogling at the stats.
Yeah. Most bear sprays are
Oh,
imports and hard to find as demand
oh,
soars.
right. That's interesting. I didn't think about the fact that they might have to import it.
Yeah. And this is from last year, too.
Yeah,
September 24. Um, Those planning a trip to the great outdoors are advised to plan months ahead, as that is how long it will most likely take to get hold of a can. That
God,
is crazy.
that's nuts. What if they
Yeah,
could just send a bunch of Wyomingites out with their guns? But except, the Wyomingites who know how to handle bears here are like, I'm busy.
yeah.
um,
Well, and the Cowboy State Daily article did mention that they they'd be offering licenses to
yeah,
certain licensed hunters in Japan. But so as one might expect of a man living in a state that doesn't exist, I follow a hunter and gunsmith in Japan, and the sense I get is that there's it's like the joke I make about Wyoming. 6 people live there, and my family's three of them. There are like 6 hunters in Japan.
yeah,
Um,
not many.
it's not it's not easy to get licenses for firearms, and hunting's pretty regulated. I mean, I haven't done a lot of detailed research, but that's the sense I'm getting. Um, wow,
It's nuts.
holy cow! This article says that 219 people were killed or maimed in bear attacks in the 2023 fiscal year.
Oh, hi.
That's crazy.
I really wonder how much of this is a result of just how old their population is getting.
Yeah,
I know they're having a really hard time. I think China too is having that issue of just whole communities of just
just collapsing. Yeah,
seniors who have there's no youth to help out.
yeah.
And we might have already I don't know if we got to this part in the Cowboy State Daily article, but the whole forest foraging, definitely the older population does
Oh,
more of that.
yeah.
And so, old Bachan goes out to poke around for mushrooms, and if she doesn't notice that she's walked between a bear and her bear cub,
Which she's more likely to do being old and,
yes, hard of hearing, hard of vision impaired. Like, yeah.
yeah,
So interesting and sad.
yeah.
Huh.
Farmers have reported that emboldened bears have been gorging themselves on apples and other valuable crops, and one of the nation's top-ranked high school running teams withdrew from a regional championship meet out of fear of bear attacks. That's a wow.
Like what on the hang on, let me look at this Japan running news link here.
Yeah.
I'm like, on the track? Are you worried about the track?
Nationally ranked
Mm,
Kahuo
t-
Ishikawa High School withdraws from region championships due to bear attacks.
We made this decision based on the likelihood of our students coming into contact with
Oh,
bears in the city. Oh, like morning
yeah.
practice. So they're really, really bold and out there. I mean, in all my
Yeah.
life, I've never seen a bear just
Fukushima?
running around in a residential area. Like you kind of had a couple instances like that as a kid, but that was in the sticks in Colorado, in the mountains. Like,
Yeah, like every so often you read some kid got too far from his parents while hiking and, you know,
yeah,
cougars got him. And chat, I'm referring in this case to the mountain cat and not the attractive older women. Um,
attractive is stretching it. Anyway,
this is you know what this makes me think of? This makes me think of um, that viral picture from, geez, this was like 8 years ago of the bear on the University of Colorado Boulder campus falling out of the tree because it stuck in town and they had to tranquilize it to get it down. Did you see that?
I don't, I don't think so.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but that's crazy that they've just seen a bunch of
There's just,
bears in the city. In the city. Like
yeah. Fukushima too. That's not like,
yeah, that
that's not one of those little
we've been talking
podunk,
yeah, we've been talking about these little villages getting
like, oh, it's just a tiny village. But yeah, no,
no, okay. Well, that's
or
crazy.
that's,
Yeah, here's your bit. There's a long-standing notion that Asiatic black bears are more aggressive than North American black bears. There could be some truth to that, Van Manen said. Some biologists think they might have more of an attitude because they evolved amid deadly competitors like tigers on the Asian mainland, he said. Even so, the bears in Japan probably aren't deliberately stalking people down, he added. Most of the attacks likely result from surprise close-range encounters, Van Manen said. Going into the forest to hunt mushrooms is hugely popular in Japan. And yeah, that's it's really not that much different than surprising a grizzly that's on a big game carcass in the greater Yellowstone, he said. And he would say that. That's probably what most of his bear encounter data is
yeah,
hunters stalking through the bush and oh look, a grizzly's killed an elk. Oh God, I have a bow. What do I do?
yeah.
And this is why in Wyoming, bear hunters carry 44 magnums.
hmm Yeah, looking back to, as a kid, a couple of times I went mushroom hunting in the mountains of Colorado, because my family still does some of that every year.
Hmm.
Um, it's a very, I mean, I was a kid, so this is all viewed through a child's lenses, but you're so focused on the ground, depending on the mushroom you're looking for.
Hmm.
You're just focused on looking at the ground. You're not, I assume looking back that the adult we were with was looking around, and I actually know this adult also like shoots guns, so he probably was he was probably armed to the teeth on our behalf.
Even if you didn't realize it at the time.
Yes, I was just like mushrooms, and he was probably like, okay, I've got I've got my giant handgun under my t-shirt, but yeah, it's just I really think a lot of this, if it's if it's not just little rural communities full of elderly people and it's freaking Fukushima, I
Yeah,
really
that's
think the non-lethal approach, it's just not. And I don't hate wildlife. I don't hate predators. I I literally hugged trees growing up.
hmm
You know me. I I love the wilderness. And for that reason, it's the best thing for these predators to use lethal force. That sounds really weird, but
well,
the ones that learn will stay away. And that's why a lot of Wyoming wolves just avoid a lot of ranches and stuff because they know they've learned over generations
yeah,
that they'll die. It's just how their brain operates. We don't go into this wolf's territory because last time they tried to kill us.
right. We don't
So
cross this fence because the last
yes,
time we did, there were three, Great Pyrenees
yes,
livestock protection dogs there, and they killed Frank, right?
it, yes,
Or whatever the wolf equivalent of Frank is.
yes, exactly. Yeah, it's just it makes me sad when
Well, because
like
it's not done out of cruelty or malice. It's done to
oh
keep them from having their lives impinged on unreasonably by humans. And the less friction we have between humans and wildlife, especially predators, the better it is for everybody. The humans don't whip up giant, you know, the conservation equivalent of lynch mobs to go
Yes.
take care of predators that are killing their livestock. And the predators don't get used to easy food sources that aren't reliable, right? They don't get lazy. Um,
Mhm.
so
Exactly.
I,
It's just best. It's just better for everyone all around, you know.
yeah,
And the thing is,
there's
oh, sorry.
there's a place for non-lethal
Mhm,
wildlife management with when dealing with predators, especially, I mean, especially with bears in the
yes.
US, right? You can tranquilize them and get them way out into the backcountry. And if they've only, you know, done their Yogi Bear impression and snacked on a picnic basket um, once, they probably haven't formed a habit, and it's fine. They're not going to go stalking humans. They're not going to go looking for humans. They'll just wake up somewhere new and go, oh, I guess, well, I need to figure out what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
However,
I mean, they'll get more aggressive if they keep encountering humans who then panic and then keep tranquilizing them and keep moving it over and
yeah,
over. That's going to create that reactive, like, ha, I'm going to rip your throat out. You know, it's just a bad situation. It's just a bad time for everyone, and it's not good for anyone.
yeah,
And and that's I mean, when I back in my young woke days, when I was actually in environmental groups, an argument I would hear a lot is, well, if we give these rural communities in Wyoming would actually come up a lot, because they're like the Wyomingites kill all the wolves that get released into Colorado. Um, they would always refer to back in the day when wolves were they would actually send out basically like just big hunting parties to just hunt tons and tons and tons of wolves. And reading this article about these bears, I think that's how you get to that point. You're going, this is the 100th person to be attacked. There are too many bears. We have no choice but to go out and hunt them en masse all at once right now. Like,
yeah,
so it's a preventable situation.
right. Low level, immediate punitive measures are a lot better for everybody than letting it happen and letting it happen and letting it happen until everybody's fed up and the solution becomes a hail of lead. And that's nobody likes that. Um,
No, no. Like,
so
yeah.
speaking of Japanese culture, I want we're going to diverge from our Wyoming news to read a Substack thing here um, that my lovely better half sent me about Japanese Christians. So this is a Substack from Cremiu, who's semi-popular on X, formerly known as Twitter. Um, I guess I don't know how to gauge his popularity. I suppose the appropriate turn of phrase is niche internet micro celebrity. Um, but he's written an article here about why Japanese elites seem so likely to be Christian compared to the broader Japanese population. Um, so let's talk about this real quick. Let me read through the start because I think it's a excuse me. This is a intriguing theory. So, Cremiu writes, Christianity in Japan is a story in two parts. The first took place with the arrival of Jesuit missionaries in 1549 and lasted for nearly a century before the religion was banned and its adherents were forced to convert or hide their faith. In that time, Christianity reached its peak popularity with almost 300,000 Christians in a population of 15 to 20 million. That story has been amply covered elsewhere if you'd like to go learn more about it. And he's got a series of links. Um, and that's uh, Japan's hidden Christians. This last article here, um, I think I've read this one before, and it's fascinating, partially just because of the ability of this very foreign religion to survive repression in Japan. And Japan at the time, and I think arguably still, is very good at repressing things its elites think are antisocial. Um, it's fascinating both for that ability to resist oppression and also the way things changed in the 300 odd years. Yeah, so
Hmm.
1650 to, well, 200 odd years, um, that they were cut off from church structures. So, why are you not showing?
I was gonna say, what's going on?
Oh, it's it showed up briefly. What are we?
Eh, so close.
What's going on here, archive? Okay, well, kind
Yeah,
of irrelevant.
yeah.
Um, so Cremieux's focus is on the less well-known second period that's taken place after the United States forced Japan to open up. This is the period in which Christians became one of Japan's little-known elites. And he continues, it's probably surprising to hear that 20% of the post-World War II prime ministers of Japan before the newly elected Sanai Takaichi, I think,
Takaichi.
have been Christian. Out of those 35 prime ministers since 1945, Shigeru Yoshida and Taro Aso were Catholic, and Tetsu Katayama, Ichiro Hatoyama, Masayoshi Ohira, Shigeru Ishiba, and Yukio Hatoyama were various flavors of Protestant. How
Nice
this
job.
happens in a country that's less than 1% Christian and in which there's significant anti Christian discrimination is perplexing. But I think it makes sense given how today's Japanese Christians came to be. The most comprehensive history of this group is contained in 3 chapters written by sociologist Fujio Ikado, in which he details the rise of Protestant Christianity in Japan between 1859, 5 years after Commodore Perry opened it up, and 1918. So, when Japan opened up, the country was hesitant to tolerate Christian missionaries, unsurprisingly. Accordingly, missionaries were obliged to live in cities and they were, for a while, restricted from actively proselytizing. As a result, their earliest converts were almost entirely people living in urban areas who primarily encountered Christian language and mission schools rather than preaching, helping to cement the initial stock of Japanese Christians as city dwelling and, given the rarity of literacy, intellectual. The next major boon for the character of early converts was the Meiji regime's dismantling of the Tokugawa-era class order. Between 1869 and 1876, the historical upper class, the samurai, lost their feudal domains, became subjects of the new central state, lost their guaranteed incomes, and were forbidden to wear swords or display status insignia like the top-knot hairstyle. Newly jobless, these men and their sons had to find ways to preserve the status they had become used to, so they turned to formal, westernized educations of the sort offered by missionaries. This had a substantial effect on the composition of missionary schools. Via Ikado, the first Christians were students of the language schools, and almost all such students were from among the jobless samurai. And a majority of the student body of Doshishiya was comprised of those who had transferred from a Kumamoto language school established for young samurai of the Kumamoto clan. And almost all the Christian leaders who studied in the mission schools in Yokohama were the children of samurai. And perhaps most critically, Even though almost all of them at first gathered around the missionaries in order to receive English instruction, their enthusiasm for everything new was a sign of their intelligence. It also demonstrated their suppressed, critical, and irritated feelings. In other words, in their courageous opposition to government regulations and in their confession of Christianity, they were sustained by their wounded pride. For except in their intelligence, the samurai were no longer the superior of the common man. In many cases, conversion came to those who were disappointed in both the past and the present. They were looking for a new ideal which would never betray them. It is significant that the early Christian leaders, with very few exceptions, appeared among the samurai of those clans that had opposed the imperial forces. Most of them were called Meiji Puritans, and it is easy to understand why they got the name. Professor Saburo Ineyaga has pointed out that the samurai Christians' ethical demand was so rigid and extreme that it raised a wall between the masses and Christianity. The conversion of many samurai undoubtedly resulted in part from their resentment against social change. Their consciousness of being the chosen was, to some extent, an expression of a desire to assert their superiority as intellectuals over the common people. Thus, in their early history, a kind of ascetic ethics combined with a sense of superiority drove them as Christians into a state of isolation from the rest of society. As Dr. Hiromichi Kozaki pointed out, many samurai had joined Christian churches as a means of demonstrating their resentment against the new society. And it was their resentment that caused them to move from a simple and sincere confession of sin to a defense of a pure Christian faith free from idolatry, and to oppose the government's abuse of religion in its policy of modernization. So, having quoted at length, Kremyug moves on to say the disaffected samurai sought out foreign knowledge and encountered foreign faith. The most courageous among them adopted that faith and became more zealous adherents than the most fire and brimstone of the missionaries could have predicted, helping keep Japanese Christianity an elite affair, walling it off from the masses. We've got a lovely little screen painting from Japan. And this goes on. I don't think I need to read the entire thing. I think we've hit the most salient point. There's some points further on about the uh, we're into the I can't keep the yeah we're into the Meiji regime. Meiji came after Tokugawa. You would never know that I took an entire class on modern Japanese history in college, and so all of this should be known information to me, but I've it's been a few years since college, so I'm
Well,
afraid
I'm
some
half
of it's
Japanese
gone.
and I don't remember any of it, so
Yeah,
you're doing
there's
better
that
than
too.
me.
Um, so there's some stuff later on here about the Meiji government setting up universal education. Um,
Mhm.
it took a while to get that going, so in the meantime, uh, elites attending schools were frequently attending Christian schools because that was who was setting up the schools and universities. Um, and the government required knowledge of English. So if you wanted to learn
Uh,
English, well, again, those schools were probably Christian. Um, eventually, they the schooling plan for the Meiji government started to come into fruition. The impact of Christian schools waned a little bit. Um, they weren't getting as many conversions, so they they weren't able to continue pressing forward along the same lines. However, because schooling grew more broadly, this helped keep Christianity as something associated with a subset of the elite rather than something more broad. Um, And there's, stuff about samurai, and then
Mm.
we get to the more recent series series of events. Um, and I think this is I love this graph, by the way. Um, the period of testing through the period of general increase. That is just such a,
The caption, that is how it's labeled.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is such a Japanese way to phrase this, even in English. Um,
Yes.
I can hear, frankly, I can hear your family saying the period of general increase in my head.
It's like a graph of our actual family like dynamic over there. Sorry, that's that's getting too far into the weeds.
Yeah, we're no need to get
That
too
would
deep into the
yeah.
um, into our own family
Yes. Sorry.
dynamics. Um, but I think uh, there's something about this that I think is really interesting because it points to a genetic component to success, right?
Yes, we started to touch on this earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and this is something we've seen in a few different ways in modern history, right? Um, this mirrors a lot of what happened in Russia during the Soviet Union. Initially, there's all this effort to destroy the aristocracy and what they call dekulakization, right? The destruction of small, more prosperous than average farm holdings. And this is, you know, early 20th century Russia, so more prosperous than average is not lavish wealth. It's, they can afford to keep the mule around full time and they might have two cows instead of one, right?
Mm.
Um, and for a while, all those processes meant that these low end of elite and elite people were dispossessed and they were turned out and replaced by the more um, capable representatives of the lower classes that had overthrown them. However, later in the USSR, you see descendants of the same families rising up in the party, right? They've adapted to the current status quo and figured out how to turn it to their advantage and their family's advantage. And I'm not positing a purely genetic
I was like, is
uh,
chat screaming
theory.
about eugenics yet?
Right. I'm not going to sit here and say, and this is why we should blank,
Yeah, yeah.
something horrible. But it
Yeah.
does lend credence to the idea that success is at least partially genetic, because in this case, these Japanese elites get dispossessed by the
Mhm,
Meiji governments and they get surly and they convert to Christianity. And, Christianity is a proselytizing religion, and you, most of the factions, at least, go for infant baptism. And so you end up with kids being expected to be brought up as Christians. Um,
mhm,
And so the family line passes down Christianity, but it's also passing down genes. And the same
mhm,
genes that made them successful as samurai make them successful in this new form of government. And it might take a couple of generations for that to show itself, because when you're dispossessed and when you're in a really, I mean, I know at least officially there was a lot of leveling in Meiji era Japan, and uh, class wasn't a big deal, but it's Japan, right? Like, their status and status awareness, the, the social rules are pretty rigid. Um, so when you've just been dispossessed and the social rules have changed, I'm not surprised that it took a little bit for them to work their way back up. But in the end, you see the same patterns of successful behavior. Um,
Hmm.
and we see it in the US too. And some of it's
Hmm.
just nepotism, right? Like,
Yeah, like
I suspect that Jeb Bush is not actually that competent. He's just got good connections. But, you know, the Kennedys keep showing up, and say what you like about the Kennedys, it's not because they're all idiots, right? If they were all idiots, they would have just fallen apart. Um,
yeah, I mean, Cremieux at the very end, he points to a whole bunch of other examples, like, Jews who had lived under early Islamic leaders. Hang on, the Mandarins.
Huguenots.
Thank you, Huguenots, former slave owners in America and South. Like, yeah, to your point, to support your point, yeah, it's
Yeah.
and I know reading this, I know when I shared this with you, and I was laughing because I was reading that whole excerpt Cremieux posted from whatever that book was, or that long quote that you shared. I just was stifling laughter because I went, "This is totally how my family handles resentment. Is I'm just gonna hate succeed at this other thing. Like you gave me no choice in the thing I liked to do and that I've been doing forever. So now I'm going to pick this other thing that defies the traditions you forced me out of, and I will become exceptional at it. And screw you, And yeah, I know we got onto the thought of genetics because I remember complaining about how I still think and do things like that, you
Hmm.
know? It's and over my many years of figuring out who I am and stuff like that, which I'm very glad that I'm in that place. I've had a number of people posit different theories of like, oh, it's rattle off all the millennial like, oh, it's trauma, it's blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah, blah. And having actually sorted out all of that stuff and what's real and what's not, I still have these compulsions to just of like, you know, like the other day you were like, oh, maybe work a little bit with our kid on learning a few letters and stuff. And I went 10,000%. And you went, why did you do that? And I said, I don't know. I just, I was given a task and yeah, it's just, and everyone in my family is that way. And I'm not saying that's like a racial thing. It's just, we're all family. We share the same genes and way of thinking and
Hmm.
similar brains and stuff. And yeah, it's reading these articles is very enlightening because
Which sheds some light on your own family traits.
yes, yes, I go, oh, we're not totally crazy. Maybe just all of Japan is crazy. Maybe that, maybe that's the root cause. But um, yeah, it was definitely an aspect of Japanese history that I hadn't really considered before, and I didn't know this statistic about so many Japanese elites being Christian, relatively speaking, especially for Japan.
Yeah,
So,
that is fascinating in particular. The
hmm.
I had no idea until I read that statistic. 20% of the post World War II prime ministers of Japan have been Christian.
Hmm.
20%? That's crazy for a country that is basically not Christian at all. Um, and the funny thing is, I was reading about one of the power players in the recent Japan sort of struggle for a replacement PM being Catholic and also staunchly nationalist, um, which is contrary to what a lot of mm, candy ass Protestant ministers of today may say, um, there's not this whole like being Christian means that you're not allowed to have a preference for your nation is a relatively recent invention. Um, and I think a really stupid one. Um, I'm loath, as I am not Catholic, I'm loath to give props to popery anywhere, but there was a great quote from Pius the 12th. I can't. Hang on. I'll run this Google quote. You know what? It doesn't matter. One of the popes, I'll figure it out. It'll come to me at 2 a.m. said it's in a nutshell, it's perfectly reasonable for nations to view their inheritances as sacred trusts and to guard their differences. And so it's not impossible for a Catholic Japanese PM or Japanese politician to be staunchly nationalist, rah rah Japan, this is a place for the Japanese. But it is surprising to me, given how universalist Christianity is as a religion. It tends to, even if you are a nationalist, it tends to make you more um, smooth around those nationalist edges, right? The edginess is worn off. It's lapidary, right? It smooths out those particularly sharp edges and leaves you, even if you're still nationalist, more considerate towards the needs and feelings of others outside of your nation. And so for a Japanese politician to be Catholic and then elect somebody who, reading between the lines, is planning for basically mass deportations is somewhat surprising. Um, but I suppose that would be how a Catholic politician maintains trust in a country like Japan, right? You demonstrate your loyalty to the nation by being rabid about it, and that gives you the leeway to belong to what is frankly a pretty foreign religion.
Yeah, I mean, this might be not totally related to what you just said, but I mean, there was a comment way buried at the end of this article that basically said, this was a really productive way for a whole generation of, jobless samurai to cope with resentment, because not every nation or group has a history like that where they're shoved out of their livelihood and their status and all of that, and they turn to, well, I'm just going to get really good at educating myself and learning this different religion and and Cream, you kind of had a point at the end that one component of that, I think, like you said, YO is basically genetic. They were already the best of the best, the samurai class.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was also the aspect of they had the uh, they achieved because they could, is how
Mm-hmm.
Cremu put it. Um, and yeah, this is definitely not totally related to what you said, but I'm just gonna power through. Just gonna power through it. Um, they were able to achieve because they could, because they had the opportunity, and then they were able to act on just that proclivity that they had as a group to succeed and to rise above and to frankly cope with change and resentment in productive ways. And it doesn't totally surprise me that their link to Christianity worked out so well, because I mean, if you look at how they're like, I keep thinking about the US today and how we're kind of I can see the beginnings of a great alliance between America and Japan. I mean, we're already allies, but I can see similar wavelengths in how the leaders are handling politics and policy and looking towards the future and trade. And, that's a similarity between the US and Japan, I think, is that they historically have made opportunities to achieve for their citizens in very different ways with
Yes.
different outcomes, obviously. Japan has definitely been a lot more restrictive historically in a lot of different ways. But I think that's also why eventually the US and Japan have managed to get along so well, because I think that's our big common ground is taking challenges and resentment and adversity in I'm talking in an ideal scenario and turning it into an opportunity for something greater. Um,
Yeah, because you
so
could do a
mhm,
lot worse, right? There's
mhm,
plenty of stories from the 16th, 17th, 18th centuries um, around the Caribbean and
mhm,
um, the sort of South Asia area, Philippines, etc., where
mhm,
um, dispossessed nobility, instead of turning to education and trying to better themselves within the system, went out and said, okay, well, I guess I'm a pirate now. Um, and that's, I, mm, there are, it's a similar sort of instinct, right? Of my opportunity is gone here, so I'm going to pursue a new one and I'm going to do really well at it. But where Japan's samurai went for a sort of orderly, subversive, frankly, way of dealing with their resentment and frustration, a lot of a lot of the West turned to something more um, risky and destructive, right?
mhm.
Which in some ways had a very similar effect. I mean, I mentioned the Kennedys earlier. As I recall, the origin of a lot of the Kennedy wealth was bootlegging. Um,
Yeah.
speaking of taking opportunities and going for them. Um,
Yes, yes. I think the US has historically and culturally always been a bit more successful at spotting and making use of those risky opportunities than the Japanese.
yeah,
Continue. Sorry.
Japan is a fairly staid and risk-averse culture. Not that they're
Yes.
incapable of taking risks, just like that's the tendency
Yes.
as
Yes.
compared to the US. The US was founded and settled by people who liked risk, right? They were risk seeking rather than risk averse. They saw a vast open land populated with dangerous wildlife and um, more than a few hostile Indians and said, yeah, sure, I'll try that. And in fairness, a lot of those people died. But the ones that didn't succeeded and populated the land, and they passed down their genes, and the modern US is the result. And so that's why,
Mhm,
despite largely descending from essentially the same genetic stock, even before all other immigration took place, the US had a higher crime rate
mhm,
than England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland did. Um,
mhm.
we just did because that was who emigrated.
Yeah.
And so, there's similarities and differences. I think this will always be. I think you're right. I think there's going to be a deepening of relations. I hope there is, because I
Oh,
think
I would love
the
it.
US and Japan have a surprising amount in common despite being quite alien to each other.
I mean,
Um,
we used to be enemies, really bad enemies, you know? Like,
yeah, well, there's a reason enemies to friends is a
yes,
trope, right?
yes,
Um,
yeah,
it wasn't exactly, a fist fight in the street. We dropped the sun on them twice, so,
yes,
you know, that's a bit more of a serious dust up
yes.
than most enemies to friends stories, but nevertheless, I think there's opportunity here to make the most of a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there was any relationship between our countries at all after that was,
Yeah, I mean it
I mean, it's just, yeah, mind blowing. It's good, but mind blowing, you know?
it makes sense in the first few years, right? Because they're an occupied nation at that
hmm
point, right? We're writing their constitution for them and forcing them to
Yeah,
adhere to it. So
yeah.
it makes sense through, let's say, like 1980.
hmm
But after that point, I mean, there's still a lot of deep ties, but Japan could have tried to distance themselves from us at this point.
hmm
Um, Probably not as successfully as some ultra nationalists would have imagined, but they could have distanced themselves from us more. Now we're no longer occupying them. Um,
hmm
they have their own constitution and their own government. They they could have, and they haven't. And I think that hopefully shows wisdom and restraint on the part of both parties, right?
Yeah.
All right, I feel like we've hammered Japan enough here. Did you want to talk about the water rights issue or just play some DRG?
Um, I mean, frankly, I didn't have much to say on the water rights except, what you're gonna ask. That is there enough people in Wyoming for reducing water rights to make a difference?
Yeah.
I
Well, let me read
we
through a
could
little bit of
briefly,
this to
yeah, we could
give
just
people some
briefly, now that we've brought it
context.
up, yeah.
Um, so the headline here is Wyoming may force water cuts as Colorado River crisis deepens. With tensions building over the dwindling Colorado River water supply, Wyoming needs to make some tough decisions, state officials told lawmakers Thursday. That could include incentivizing farmers and ranchers to cut back irrigation along the Green River. And, well, here. All right. With tensions building over who gets how much of the dwindling Colorado River water supply, Wyoming needs to start making some tough decisions, state officials told lawmakers Thursday. That could include passing a bill that, among other things, might incentivize farmers and ranchers to voluntarily cut back on irrigation along the Green River. The Wyoming legislature's Select Water Committee considered the bill but didn't take a final vote on it. Instead, the committee voted to hold it over until its next meeting, set for January 2026. That's when the committee might decide whether to forward it to the full legislature for the 2026 session. The Wyoming State Engineer Brandon Gebhardt and Chris Brown, Water Section Supervisor for the Wyoming Attorney General's Office, told the committee that the bill could be the first step toward a longer-term water management program for Wyoming. That in turn could lead to a broader program for the upper Colorado River Basin states, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico. Under the bill, farmers might be incentivized to skip crop irrigation some years. That, or any other actions suggested in the bill, would be voluntary, not mandated. Committee member Senator Gary Crum, Republican from Laramie, asked how that might be effective. This is a voluntary program. If it's voluntary, why a bill? He said. Brown said that Wyoming's efforts could set a precedent. It signals to the other states that when we commit to engaging in voluntary conservation, we're serious about it. We're hearing a lot of rhetoric from our downstream states that we haven't put anything on the table that is serious, he said.
Sorry.
The bill could also prompt conservation projects, such as lining irrigation canals to keep water from leaching into the ground, Gebhardt said.
Yes, the six of us in Wyoming, which doesn't exist.
And that's,
If we're serious about it, then, California will also get serious. I
yeah, and that's the thing that I don't get. I don't think we need to
yeah.
read the rest of this article, but
No, not at all.
you
That's
can here. This is the Green River, and I think actually this is the Green River um, shot just outside the town of Green River.
mhm,
And I'm certain that this was taken sometime in late spring.
mhm,
It's very green, the water level's pretty high, but even so, you can see this is a desert landscape. The Green
yeah.
River pretty heavily cuts through the area without diverting much, right? There, even
Mhm.
with irrigation, this is a harsh landscape to farm.
I was gonna
Now,
say we've been there, and I'm like, farming? What? I'm like thinking about the Green River, like what? Where's farming
where
along the
is there
Green?
farming?
Who
And
is irrigating?
there is, and if you look at there's some farms up towards the upper Green River
Okay.
by the Fontenelle Reservoir,
Okay.
but it's still mountainous, rough terrain. The area
Yeah.
is greener. They do some irrigation, but it's not a lot. And given how much water is being used by California, and
Yes.
I have to spit to get the name out of my mouth later. Sorry, anyone watching from California. I don't hate you, just your state.
Yeah.
Um, and really, it's not your state, it's your state government.
The government. Yeah.
Um, but given how much water is used by California to heavily irrigate deserts
Mhm.
that are much more populous and take much more water than our, hay for ranching irrigation, I don't know how much Wyoming's piddly little efforts are going to make a difference. Like,
Mhm.
as you said, there's 6 people here.
Yeah.
If I'm not being glib, there's 500,000 people in the entire state of Wyoming. And when California's refusing to build reservoirs and capture snow melt, and they're dynamiting dams, and they're using Colorado River water to irrigate almond fields in a freaking desert, I don't think the onus is on Wyoming to
Mhm.
cut shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the same trend. It's always Wyoming. Like they just point up to Wyoming so often because you heard the same rhetoric with the BLM proposal for the it was like what was the official name? It involved like 3.6 million acres or something, but it was like the underground. I might be thinking of two separate things, but there was this whole proposal that was put out of like, oh, we're just going to use the deep pore space under this, Sweetwater County, which is massive in Wyoming, for storing carbon. Which
carbon
thank
dioxide.
you, thank you for storing carbon dioxide. And I'm like, what? I read that and I went, what? And it was all just to comply with these environmental regulations that were imposed from states outside of Wyoming and people outside of Wyoming who think it's a big deal, and yet the onus is put on us to
Yeah,
like deal with the problem. And I it makes no sense to me because the states like
we're not the
Cal.
one causing the problem.
No, we're
Right.
not the ones. It's not even a U.S. really that's like look at
Well,
China's
yeah.
pollution and like that's the problem. India has tons of air pollution. I mean, it's just the classic thing of here's a problem that we've identified that I see a lot of liberals do. Here's the problem we identified, and the responsibility doesn't lie with us because, we're always told to take the responsibility. So it's the responsibility of these red states. And for
Well,
some reason, Wyoming.
I think actually you've put your finger on the issue at hand, certainly with the water rights, is um, states like California and Nevada, although I don't think Nevada's the biggest offender
No,
here.
no, I
Um,
don't.
but states like California go, well, we're very ecologically conscious here. We elect environmentalists to our state legislatures all the time. It couldn't possibly be our actions that are draining the Colorado River. It must be those profligate red states upstream that are using all the water. And
Mm-hmm.
listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Wyoming doesn't use water from the river.
Mm-hmm.
We absolutely do. But as we've pointed out, there's not a lot of activity happening up here, and much of Wyoming is a desert, basically. We're not getting that much rainfall in the first place to create the river, and we're still not using that much of it. So even though it may seem like Wyoming doesn't give a shit about resource conservation, we actually do.
Mm-hmm.
We care quite a bit. I've heard more
Yeah.
conservationist rhetoric from, you know, coal miners' wives and coal miners in bumfuck nowhere, Wyoming, than I have from a lot of, you know, Colorado Front Range liberals or
Mm-hmm.
California, LA Valley hippy dippy granola types because the coal miners and their wives like to hunt and they go out there and they see exactly what's happening. So they know how much or how little the oil drilling efforts impact wildlife and they care because that's part of how they feed their families on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So California, shut the fuck up about water.
Stop.
It's not
Everyone just stay out of
take,
Wyoming.
if I may quote scripture here, or more accurately, mangle scripture. Um, pull the log out of your own eye before you start trying to get the tweezers out for the mote in mine. All
Yes.
right. Um,
Yes.
and with that, I think I've probably got myself fired up enough that we can play some Deep Rock Galactic, unless there was something else you wanted to talk about.
Mm, nope. That pretty
Okay.
much covers it. Yeah.
Well,
DRG.
let's get DRG going up.
Mhm. Good conversation.
No, not Stellaris, you twit.
Granted, if we co-opt on, or if you fought against me in Stellaris, you would win, hands down.
Well, yeah, that's because
I'm not
Paradox
good at
makes
them.
games for the autistic man. Let's
Yes.
let's not beat around the bush. Paradox makes games for me and people like me.
Yes. I'm not a strategy game person.
Yeah.
I'm a tank and spank. Just go in and start shooting shit. Spray and pray.
Have you been have you been reading Penny Arcade again?
Always.
It's true.
Me and my encyclopedic knowledge of the Penny Arcade archives. I still think the quality of their comics has gone downhill a bit as I've gotten older. I
Tragically, I think you're
shudder.
right.
Yeah, I dread the day when my sense of humor starts to
Decline.
decline. Yeah, just yeah. They still put out some good stuff every now and then, but sometimes I'm just going,
Oh, let me
update our stream
yeah.
title. Yeah, so no one comes in here. Our intelligence for the night.
Yeah. Where's the gaming section?
Whoa.
We took yes on Twitch.
Cool.
Yes on YouTube. And yes on Kick. Okay.
All right.
Took a little bit for that dashboard to update, but that's fine. All right. Thank you all for your patience.
I really need a more
Shoot some
comfy
bugs.
bed.
Oh, Halloween rewards. Fascinating.
Wait till you see the station.
Oh, we get to murder flying skulls. How fascinating.
Festive. Right.
Okay, the decorations are pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh man, they went whole hog.
Yeah, little ghosts. Especially like the ghost in the little map projection here.
Have you seen the bar area?
I have.
That's
The-
pretty solid.
The smoke and the bats.
Smoke and the bats and the like rib cages.
Yes. I just like you can kick the pumpkins. Can you guess where I'm gonna kick them to?
I couldn't possibly imagine.
Where would Facade possibly kick a pumpkin?
I don't know. You know, what could my wife be possibly doing kicking these pumpkins around? Oh, it's into the launch bay. All right.
All right, I gotta pick.
We are so close to being done with our start assignment.
I know. Our first assignments ever. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. That glitched me really high in the air. All right. Ah, the Azure Veld.
Escort duty.
Gutless Pocket. God, I hate these mission names so much. Pocket cannot gutless.
Orbital insertion sequence initiated aboard the drop pod.
It's a
Ready
pocket.
to leave.
It doesn't have guts by definition.
It's I just don't understand.
It's almost tautological, right?
Yes.
It's you saying that it is a pocket makes it gutless just from the start.
Yes.
You don't need to say it's a gutless pocket. We are assuming that because it is a pocket, it has no guts.
Yes. It's pocket. Unless it's implying that the pocket is afraid or something, which
This is over.
or is a cowardly pocket, which is even worse.
I mean, pockets hide within your
Okay, team, you've signed up for escort duty.
within your clothing.
Our target
So
is
I think
an
that makes them
Omran
cowardly.
Heartstone, and your job is to protect and maintain the drill dozer as it makes its
How
way
deep in
there.
the weeds can we get here?
ready.
Yeah, I feel like I'm running out of steam on this.
Watch
This
out,
analogy.
drill dozer approaching landing zone.
Do you think you can get that fossil up there?
Oh boy. Hang on, maybe. Aha! Yoink. Oh. Right, we've got a driller. You should be the one to get that nitra. Right. I will say the Azure Veld is. Why do I call it Veld? Why do I pronounce it like a German?
Yeah, it's not the Veld in the like African sense
Yeah.
of Veld. It's the Azure Weld.
I don't know why I was doing that.
I suspect it does share a linguistic root, but
it's not
the same.
It's not the same. Anyway, as I was saying before I linguistically shot myself in the foot, it is very pretty here.
It is. There are much worse places to be
Yes.
on
All right.
Roxy's.
Are there any other fossils? These goddamn fossils are the worst. They're second to the Fester fleas. I'm just gonna push the button here too.
That's good.
Oh, there's a bunch of nitra up here.
There's nitro here.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna drill all the way over there. That'd be silly.
Yeah. There's no handy ledges for me to stand on, sadly. Where's a gunner when you need one, or a engineer?
Yeah. Geez, me. Maybe I should have.
It's all your fault. That's literally what I was saying. Yes, yes.
Yep.
Follow that thread. That's exactly. Very me. I would say that to you. There. I'll follow you up instead of just standing down here.
Time to the
It
posse.
occurs to me I don't have to just sit down there and spectate.
Alright, I have to
I'll
go return for nitra.
Okay.
Or rather, to deposit the nitra.
And
This
we're
is
fine. I'm
thirsty
fine.
work.
You fell?
I did. 'Tis the fate of the scout to fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she's bigger on
To
the
fall
outside.
once looks like bad fortune. To fall twice is coincidence. To fall 3 times starts to look like incompetence.
Just
Uh-huh.
shush now. Shush now. Alright, I'm ready. You ready?
Ready?
Do it.
Drill dozer moving.
Alright,
Everything looks
so
fine, but expect that to change
I've seen
soon.
a couple of people
Well, lead the
advertising
way. Stay alert and guard her like she's your mother.
services in chat
Uh-huh.
or
Attention team, to keep the drill dozer running
You know,
at full
here, I'm
capacity,
gonna-
you need
let
to
me
keep
know
it
if you
clear of
want me to
bugs. Also, we got
bump
an
your
incoming
stream
swarm.
in this
Check the dozer.
spot. DM me on Discord if you're interested. Listen, I would love it if anybody were to
Red out repair.
post my, stream URL anywhere. Please go right ahead.
Speed limit.
I'm not buying viewers.
Come and get
Yeah.
Putting that out there right now.
Yes.
Not gonna bot viewers. For one thing, it's counterproductive, but more importantly, I think it's immoral. So
Yeah.
don't advertise that and expect me to buy it. Hang out and chat all you like,
Side coming up.
Yeah. Don't.
but don't ask me if I want to buy viewers.
Yeah. No. No. We're gonna earn viewers the old-fashioned way,
Loretta can really use armor.
with lots of humiliation and.
Yeah, basically it'll just be one long slog. The
Yeah.
viewership.
Yeah.
I got
Yes.
the
That's the
Praetorian.
plan.
What's the gas?
Doretta, you break a lot.
Thank you for repairing Doretta.
You're welcome. It's always on this side that she starts to break.
It is, and I think that's
Okay.
like a
The drill
no.
dozer is out of fuel. You
Thing.
need to refill the fuel canisters mounted
I like
on its
the
back. Use
pumpkins
the canisters
just
to extract
showing
any
up
nearby
places.
oil shale, and we'll have the drill dozer operational again in no time.
It'll be those wild Hoxie's pumpkins.
Yep.
Alright, I saw quite a few fossils in the chambers behind us, and I know there's
Yeah.
one over here. Yoink. Gotcha. Right. I spy, it's either Krappa or something else, I can't remember. Way the ass up there, too. Can I fall on top of it? Well, not really. Whoops. Okay. God damn it. Toretta.
It was just one.
Oh, okay.
Drill dozer fixed.
Alright.
Thank you, Deep Rock. I know how to throw a grenade. You
Yes,
don't
I got
have
the
to-
same tutorial thing. Do these go away once we're done with these starting? I don't remember them lingering for so long.
Yeah, I think they have to.
Ugh.
I hope.
These. There's some Krappa up here I'm trying to get. You need me to come help you scream.
Yeah, I'll yell
Like a,
real
like
loud.
a girl, you know.
Yeah. That's so like me.
Yes.
Okay. Well.
No flares ready.
Protect the drill dozer. It's being attacked by wildlife.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, need help?
Find out.
Okay.
Guys, get to work. There's sparks all over the dozer.
Oh.
I've got decent range on this gun.
Oh yeah. The Scout's assault rifles are nice.
Doretta is purring
That
like a
grenade
kid.
is useless.
This one's for Carl.
Ah! Stingtail, Stingtail, headed my way. Oh boy. Uh-oh. 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 Run away, run away. Ah! Ugh,
Nice.
thank you. Ugh. I'm just lucky it couldn't pull me off my ledge. It almost did.
Okay. Ugh. Okay.
Alright.
Well,
Alright. Got the Krappa. Should one of us... Yeah, we'll just run back until it gets tapped. Do you want me to go down and get that? I've got the...
oh. Well, I didn't see that giant hole that I had just dug into. Like I saw I was digging into the hole, but there was a second hole that dropped me down here that I drilled into because I am the best at this.
Well, I think we actually have a
You
chance
are
to make it out alive.
exceptional digger.
Yep.
Just always think of Mystery Man. The shoveler. God gave me a gift. I shovel well. I shovel very well.
Light is up.
More references that, you know, people are not, that is not the gun I wanted, that no one's gonna get. Alright, got a fossil. I think I'm getting the hang of being a scout finally.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Flares up.
What is? Oh, it's a Halloween skull.
Halloween
Oh.
skull spotted.
It's laughing at us. Creepy.
Oh, Molly, you.
Pain in the butt to hit. And it
Done
laughs at
pretty
us.
well.
It's like taunting us. Ah. Did you get it?
Yep.
Nice.
Now we have to find the corpse.
Oh god. No! That was close. Oh, there's crappa down here.
Well, that's nice. Very handy.
I just took a shortcut.
A
By
shortcut to what?
Never felt better.
following. Near death, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
That was your cue to say mushrooms.
Ow!
You're failing me. You
Damn it.
failed me as my wife and as a
Damn it.
Tolkien nerd.
No.
Get out.
Feel shame. Feel deep
I
shame.
want a divorce.
Oh my god.
Everything okay?
Yep. I thought this was like an extended ledge and it was like a bridge of rock that I just barely managed to land on.
Ah,
But I did land on it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, can I get this fossil? You might have to, I don't know. You might have to dig to it.
no.
Like, oh,
Good.
dig a ledge.
Have you found the skull
I need to
corpse?
deposit in the
I have
mule.
not.
Okay.
I assume it falls to the ground.
It should. Could
Okay.
you fire off a flare?
Oh yeah, hang on, let me just make sure I see where you are. There you are. I want to make sure my flare is useful.
Yeah.
Hang on. Boop, boop, boop.
Flares up.
Does that help a bit?
A little bit
How about that?
better.
Okay. Oh god. Why me?
Why me?
Wait, I don't think you can even get up to this point here.
I mean, I could. There's a way, but it's not.
Yeah, I bet we can. I forget. Are fossils one of those things they put in exactly the number you need, and no extras in each cave generation?
I think it's pretty close.
Okay. Oh, you can totally get to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to dig, Will. YO.
Thanks.
Gloss over it. Glossing.
I think I'm gonna have to dig regardless.
You sure? Because I here. Let me come to you. You have to dig a tiny bit, but you shouldn't have to dig like up through the wall or anything.
I'm full. Heading to the mule.
Oh, hey, look, there's the skull.
Oh, good.
Donkey,
Molly?
come here.
Oh, there's another fossil.
Molly, you are useless. Get over here. Excellent.
One
That-
5-credit plastic skull deposited. Well done. Double time activated, 4 performance points.
Is there a gap here? There's not. Okay, I can pickaxe to this. That was my concern, was just be a gap I fell through. A crevasse,
As it were.
as it were.
My bag is
Aha! Got it.
Nice.
Thank you.
I've got a bad feeling about this, but not as bad as usual.
And actually, so you got that one. You might even be able to get the one on the other side just by pickaxing through.
Oh, there's the one on the other side? Oh, I see it. That's the one you were looking at. Okay. Just pickaxe.
Hey,
Straight.
it's one of those snail-looking fossils.
You know, I'm kind of grateful that my first experience with the Scout was in the worst cave ever, because
By comparison, everything else
yes,
is much easier.
yes, it's not hell.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
fair.
it's, you know, there's some benefit to trial by fire. Stingtails! Oh god, it got me.
You need backup.
Possibly. Oh god. Run away! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nicely done,
Okay,
team.
there.
You secured yourself a
Fossils.
nice bonus.
I guess we should actually refuel our car at some point.
Line
At
it
some
up.
point, yes.
Not mean to use a flare gun there.
I mean, the number of times I have accidentally fired the flare gun as the scout is quite high.
Yeah, I'm down to 3 flares now.
What? Ah, oh God.
Ah! Oh, Doretta!
These bugs don't stand a chance against us.
Just made of plastic, I swear.
Alright, let's go.
Get us some fuel. I always love the insane surplus of.
Yeah, it's not like you get just enough, and it's not even like you get, oh well, you get a little more than. No, you
Yeah.
get way more fuel than you could ever possibly need on these missions.
I'm like,
This
did the
canister
developers
is
think
full.
people would
Gotta get it
struggle,
plugged
that they
back
wouldn't
in.
know where to look?
The
Whoever's
one
got
thing
the
I will
last
say
canister,
is
get a
I
move
wonder
on.
if they thought people would have trouble getting to the fuel because you can't like use your grapnel gun while you're toting around the canister.
Oh. I mean, maybe, but still, you only need like 2 or 3 of these deposits to.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, I
it,
don't know.
That's that.
maybe it like
Those canisters
tested
are
bad,
full and
you
like
know.
it.
Well done.
Maybe.
All canisters are loaded. The drill dozer
Ready?
is ready to move out.
Yes.
Here we go.
All right, Doretta.
Drill dozer setting off for the Umaran Heartstone.
Reload here soon.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm gonna need a resupply here soon.
Oh yes, me too. Oh boy, yeah, me too.
Yeah, this will be
Maybe we
interesting.
should have done that.
I was gonna
before-
say maybe we should have done that before we
Well-
Swarm detected. Keep the drill
Oh.
dozer operational at all costs.
Oh boy. Okay.
spare my flare guns for now, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Flare guns, flares. Ah! Oh, jeez. Ah! And I'm out. Oh, good. How did that?
Troy eliminated.
Go back to hell! Damn it!
Dead.
Shotgun is terrible.
It gets a lot better later in
Slow
the
down,
game,
please. Detonation
but
exit.
Damn.
Oh, so bad.
it's not great to start.
Well, I've got 2 shells left.
That's good, because I'm out of flamethrower ammo,
Okay, cool.
down to my pistol.
We've at least got pickaxes.
Worst case, we always have our pickaxes.
Just hack everything to death.
The drill
All right.
dozer is ready to
Resupply.
start the extraction of
Called it.
Armor and Heartstone.
Thank you.
Awaiting your call, team.
God, how did we have
Supply
so
pod
little nitro?
requisitioned.
It's
Launching
nuts.
now.
Lights up!
Resupply pod is here.
Well,
Everybody
we've been
collect
gathering nitro,
ammunition.
and we
Getting
haven't
supplies.
needed a lot
Ready
of
to kill some
resupplies.
more crates.
Yeah.
Red sugar.
I needed
I'm
that.
taking some of the ammo.
Ammo taken.
Thing.
Excuse
All
me.
right. I head back to... Actually, first I'm gonna shoot some bugs. Praetorian! First we should take care of the little guys.
Those are prepared.
Stop whining, Doretta!
Hardly touched you.
Yes. It's a little acid between friends. Not that kind of acid. Never mind.
And a different acid.
As Craig Ferguson said, I'm talking about acid!
Oh, I'm tripping.
It's not acid. Anybody fancy a fucking transcendental experience?
God, what a good special.
Time to deposit.
Well, since we don't have to be up in the morning,
I mean, well,
we have to be up in the morning, but we don't have to get our child up
yes.
super early.
Yes.
And
Wally is on the way.
chat, let me tell you that one of the greatest pleasures in life as a parent is the realization that the grandparents have taken your child for the evening, and so
Yes.
you have a break from responsibility.
And not just taking her,
Consider
like willingly,
this.
gleefully,
Legally
even.
Right.
speaking, rocking is more legal than
It's
stoning.
matched
Eh? Eh?
and exceeded only by the joy of actually seeing her adorable little face light up when she
Yes.
sees you in the morning. However, it's still nice to get a break.
It's so nice. Just turn up the volume on your TV and watch a bunch of inappropriate shows. Yeah, it's been nice. I do miss her though.
Yeah. Parenthood is a sacrifice. It's totally worth it.
Yes.
It's the best thing ever. But as with many things, even if you love it to death, it's nice to get a break. I like my job. I still enjoy vacations.
Yes.
This is a weird layout for this
Oh!
cave.
We're fine. I'm fine.
Did you die?
Nope, I just fell, but I didn't die. It's fine.
Well,
We are all fine.
if you can find a way to get this gold,
Gold!
that'd be great.
I assume you're 41 meters away. Okay, hang on. Found some nitra. You mind if I call Molly?
Go for it. I do not need Molly.
Okay.
Everybody
So I'm not
fancy.
hoofing this back to her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fancy it. Oh, I almost fell again. Oh, hey, look, a fossil. So they do put in extra. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
When I found
I just
gold,
couldn't
too.
remember if they put in, a lot of extras?
Yeah.
Or like
One
one.
and extra. There she is, finally. Good grief, Molly.
Fancy transcendental experience. We should rewatch that or
Yeah.
something.
Netflix had a good streak of specials in that period. Because that
Yeah,
was
they
that was the
did.
Donald Glover weirdo special, and that was so good. That was so good. And there was the John Mulaney specials too.
Yeah,
I said I would
also pretty solid.
get blackout drunk and ruin parties. With the quotation marks.
Mhm.
So sad he got divorced.
Yeah, it sounded like his wife was pretty good for him.
Gotta wait for the
Yeah,
rate
I
charge.
mean, he did quite a few bits on that in his comedy.
Deposit time!
Mind if I call Molly?
Wait. Give me. I just finished getting all this darn nitra. There we go. Now you can call her.
Molly, come here.
Oh my gosh, there's even more Nitra.
Yeah, we're gonna go home with a surplus of Nitra.
Yeah. Okay.
Molly?
She's on her way. I called her quite far away. Okay. That was everything up top. Did I miss anything down below? Don't think I did. I just heard a Praetorian somewhere. Oh look, right here in front of me. Yep. Love it. And I know I still have to get the gold you marked ages ago.
Yeah, I may have to dig for that gold.
Hang on, hang on. Ah! Okay, I killed it.
Excellent.
Oh, starch nut. I knew I must have missed something over here. Okay.
Love a good starch nut.
Oh, and Crappa. Okay, I'm glad I came down here. Sorry, I keep finding stuff. But I am the scout, you know, it's my job. Alright.
I should call for the mule.
It's fine.
Come here.
Sure. I believe that.
Alright.
I think... You know what? I'm just gonna preemptively call down
I
another
ordered a
drop.
resupply.
I was about to
Supply drop
recommend.
has been ordered and is on the way.
And you know what? I'm gonna preemptively call down a second one.
Yeah.
Resupply ordered.
Roger that. Supplies are coming.
The resupply is here.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Grabbing ammo.
Time to restock.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't need to restock. I tried to do that.
Extraction commencing. Drill dozer running at full steam. Stay alert, team. The noise and vibrations are attracting the bugs.
Oh, there they are up there.
Swarm on the intercept course. Get ready to protect the drill dozer. Incoming! Smoke him if you got him.
Turret.
Gotta go slow.
Killer be killed. Damage fixed.
Let there be light. Swallow this.
I'm starting to think we need to turn the difficulty on.
I know, there's like...
Oh,
It's fine.
The drill dozer has broken through the outer shell. So far, so good.
He's on.
Ah!
Quick! Someone debug the dozer.
Sorry, I got flung off.
Die, you double-jointed freaks! Die!
Whew.
Keep the rat
What was that about increasing the difficulty?
I think we still could.
Ah!
not the enemy.
Oh boy. What is perpetually damaging it? Is there a bug on here?
Maybe.
Ah,
I think it's
yep, we lost
partially.
it.
The drill dozer has sustained permanent damage. Step up your game, team.
You know what, management? You know what?
There's also a.
Ah,
We got an incoming swarm. Please remember that the drill dozer is top priority.
Must be worth a fortune, says
The drill
Dion.
dozer is at the halfway point. Keep it running.
Yeah.
Swarm, they're here.
Loretta, heal!
Preserve your bullets!
Poison! Point! Take the dozer!
You're as good as new, Doretta.
ugh. Love for the steam tails to stop loving me.
Attack Doretta!
Loretta, heal! Out of my way!
I think the Heartstone kept damaging it. I think there was something.
Oh, a weird, yeah. Look away.
Incoming swarm. Keep the dozer safe. Extraction at 75%. Almost there. Swarm, it's a big one, team.
Keep those bloody bugs off the drill dozer!
Dozer, repaired! Going down traffic!
Oh god, I've run out
Contact.
of ammo.
Swarm approaching the drill dozer. Hunker down and load up.
You. F you, stinktail.
The swarm is upon you.
It's under attack!
Those things are the
Grabbing
worst.
ammo.
I almost had a resupply.
Study your lights off!
Sorry. Trying to.
Nope, you're fine.
Alright.
Beretta going.
Covering fire!
Darn it. Darn it. Oh boy.
We gotta protect
resupply, sorry.
Doretta!
Getting destroyed!
Oh. F you.
Getting more ammo!
Dorian. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
There's a Mactera behind you damaging it. That's what's.
Okay, that's what's going on.
The bugs are swarming Doretta!
Shit. Okay. Sorry. I'll come back for you.
That's fine.
The drill dozer served its purpose. The Heartstone
I just
is
did what
ours.
management
Deposit it
would have
and
done
wrap up
in
the
our
mission.
situation.
It's
Taking
what
care of the
management
meal.
would have wanted.
Yes, you know, prioritize the equipment, not the people.
Right, obviously.
As is good and proper in all the world. Alright, where's
Ammo
Doretta's head?
taken.
Where's Doretta's head? Yoink.
You avoid the lies. I'm taking some of the ammo.
Alright.
Okay, well, that other resupply was not necessary, but here we go.
Well, yeah, better to have too much. Oh right, the armor and Heartstone.
Right, it's the whole point
The
of
whole
this thing.
Where is that
point.
damn you?
Molly?
Armor and Heartstone secured. Press the button on the mule, and we will send in the drop pod.
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Drop pod's on the way. Hang in there.
You know, Doretta, it's really hard to see past the smoke pouring out of your face. You could spark and smoke less, I'm just saying.
Drop pod has arrived. The mule has been called back. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Man, I could have hitched a ride on Molly. Oh well. Fell off.
I see that. Oh well. Dreams for a better day.
Yep. At least with escort duty, it's a relatively straight path.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not totally circuitous to get back
Yeah,
to.
or like, oh, she went up a vertical path, I guess. A vertical wall. I guess we're just...
Just hosed.
What a jaw-dropping experience!
I love incinerating Magteras. It's one of my
Drop
great
pod
joys.
departing in T-minus
game.
4 minutes.
I realized I've been leaving you behind. How you doing?
I'm fine. We're good. Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, what was that about? Oh, okay, there's the ramp. I was gonna say, what was that about I said? About not having to go up
Deep
a
Rock
vertical
Galactic thanks you for
off
your
the
good
face.
work. Drop pod will leave with or without
You good? You behind me?
It's fine. Don't worry about me.
Ah!
Hurry up! I'm not getting any of that, Dottie! You want some more?
Ah!
Just get.
Good work. Moving back in.
Launched
We don't have to
right in my
fight it.
face. It launched right in my face. Well, the gutless pocket is over. Stupid name.
Small mercies.
I did it.
Alright. And there's Doretta's head. Isn't that
Eek.
nice?
Alright.
Alright, we did okay on the beer ingredients this run.
Yeah.
Plus the Halloween skull. That's nice.
That's nice.
It's nice.
Nice. Alright. Oh, well,
Well
we've gotta
done.
just, are we just gotta push through the last one?
For you to prove yourself with one
I don't
last
want to.
task.
I want to go to
Several
sleep
dreadnoughts
because
have taken up residence
I'm
in one of our caves, and we want
a
you
parent
to
in my
deal with them.
30s
Good
and
luck.
therefore
You'll need
tired
it.
all the time. But we're not going to be woken up by a screaming child any time in the night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I suggest we take advantage of that.
Just do it.
Oh, 2 dreadnoughts. Ugh.
Ugh.
Okay.
Alright. We can do it. We can do this.
Drop pod is ready. Time
I
to leave.
believe in us. Ready?
Now I'm going to check equipment
Oh, right.
first.
Actually, yeah,
I
that's a
might
good
be
idea.
able to upgrade it.
Weak foot? What is with these goddamn...
Yeah, the...
Oh, God. So bad. So bad. Okay. Let's mod you.
Mod time is fun time!
more fuel for the flamethrower. I think that's a reasonable trade-off.
This
Charge
mod better be
speed on
worth
my
it.
Pickaxe, I think.
Yeah. Oh, good. I finally have a cryo grenade.
Alright. Swapped my axe out for a more standard grenade.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a cryo grenade.
Come
so-
on, guys!
ready.
We're
Drop
leaving!
sequence initiating.
Cryo grenades.
think you go for the ice gun eventually, the freezing,
Yeah,
whatever?
I don't know. I like the flamethrower, but there
Yeah.
is a certain undeniable utility in being able to freeze enemies.
Can you imagine how much it would stink, like frying all these bugs in a cave?
Well, the
Feel
thing
like
is,
we're digging our own
we should
grave.
know how much
Complaining
it
ain't
stinks,
gonna
because
keep
using
you
a
alive.
flamethrower in an enclosed space like that, without us being able to go anywhere else, should lead to carbon monoxide poisoning
Locate
to
a
death.
glyphid net.
Yes.
The dreadnoughts go there to pupate, so your primary objective is to locate their cocoons, destroy both them and their inhabitants by any means necessary. Bring plenty of ammo. They can take a punch.
Loot bug eliminated!
Alright, no accidentally popping the dreadnought eggs.
Is that something you generally have to worry about?
I think we've done it. We've done it at least once. It's happened at least once. Not on stream, but we've.
Inventory is
You know what's funny? I actually don't remember doing that.
Yeah, one of us.
I don't disbelieve you, I just don't
Ollie!
remember.
Yeah, no, it happened. Someone pickaxed too close to it, and it like
No more rum. Time for the pocket.
woke up.
Can't believe how green I
Very-
was when I started here.
Very thematically appropriate for dwarves to dig too greedily and too deep.
Not too deep. Hey, look! In the process of getting this nitro, I found an Enor pearl.
Oh, well, isn't that nice?
It is. Oops, and then I fell. Yeah. I will say, I do like
I'm full! Where's Smalley?
this whatever biome, because
Die, flee!
All the sandstone.
it's so easy to
Get back,
I can't
Pickaxe.
carry anymore.
sandwich toy.
It's easy to pickaxe, and yeah, it's easy to see too.
Yeah, exactly. Good
Your
visibility.
scout pulls their weight and puts up flares.
I killed the
Ollie,
loot bug,
over here.
and I'm not so proud about it.
I'm doing my part.
Hint.
Is that for me? A hint, hint.
No, it was for the other scout.
I wasn't listening, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
What's up? What are you-
also very appropriate. What I said was, this area is very nice when it's easily illuminated, you know,
Oh.
whenever your scout actually does their job.
That's not me.
Yep.
That's not me doing my job. Yep.
Alright, let's see. Straight, so left a little bit, and down.
Not gonna bother using a flare gun in here.
I need the mule
Yeah, not
right
in
here,
these
right
tunnels.
now.
Yeah, no.
Ugh, air's corner heavy
Can't
down
carry
here
anymore.
today.
There's a couple nuggets down there I can pick up.
Is there a bloody
Ugh.
target painted on my back or what?
Yes,
Thanks.
there is a target painted.
What kind of fiendish technology
goddamn
makes Molly
overheating.
constantly get in the way?
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Nothing says I value my wife like.
What? You're telling me wives don't like being drilled?
You know what? You know what? You can just. Shut up.
We took out the bramble sergeant. Go for the kill.
Scramble, bramble, you are dead!
Pickaxe and chill.
There we go. Alright, now I can finally
Lighting!
Launch a flare.
Thank you. I can
You're welcome.
see now. It's
Or I was
delightful.
blind, but now.
Light!
No, that'll be its service tomorrow.
You snooze,
Yes,
you
yes.
lose.
Actually,
Why
that was
call
last
for
week.
Molly?
I haven't checked what the hymns are for tomorrow.
Yeah. See? I don't need a digger. I don't need a driller. I don't need no man.
Yep. That's what all the ladies say. Right up until the third cat.
Right up until they do need a man. Oh man. I haven't seen many Fester fleas. Is that just me?
I've seen a few.
Yeah.
In fact, there's one little.
God, I hate Fester fleas.
Bullseye! I hate nature.
I hate nature. I always forget that the dwarves say stuff like that. Okay. Have you gathered enough? Are you ready to take on this dreadnought?
Yep, I think we're. Oh wait, hang on. There's a
Found some nitra!
way up there.
Oi.
Hang on, hang on. Haha.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm impressed.
I can't reach the wall. Oh, I can't. Okay. Oh, I can't. Oh, I might be able to.
I
make
think
this
you
work.
can. I think you can dig enough in there. Yeah,
This is how I got the other nitra. So,
impressive.
thank you.
Lighting up!
Most impressive. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Master Qui-Gon. That's the same as my plan. It just involves child endangerment, with a hint of slavery sprinkled on.
Just,
You know?
just for flavor, yeah.
Just a little sprinkling of. God. I kind of want to rewatch those awful movies just so I can reappreciate how awful they are.
Yeah.
Just the first one. Usually I start watching the first one and then I get through the first 15 minutes and go, okay.
Yeah. There is an element of, oh, great.
Let there be light!
All right, ready?
Yep, I have one flare left after this, so. There we go.
Lights up!
Oh, just a
Oh,
standard
okay.
dreadnought. Okay.
Alright, I'll take it.
Cryo grenade!
I don't think cryo
Let him
grenades
thank
actually.
you.
God, there we go. It's no matter where I move, it's on the other side of the pillar. There we go.
I'm down.
Oh shit. Run away! Oh god, I'm pinned. I'm pinned. I'm pinned.
Get the horns open!
Got it.
Oh, I get to return favor. Maybe? Or we'll both die?
Run away! Stay. Have the see you in hell perk. It's running towards me.
I ordered a resupply.
Thank you.
Stand back. Supply car inbound.
Time to restock.
Oh god. Supply pod
Ollie.
dropped.
Yeah.
Nice.
Threat knocked down.
Ready to
Getting
kill
supplies.
some more
Fine.
crates.
It's fine.
Yeah. Give me
lived.
some sugar.
I'm
and
taking
we'll
some of the
take
ammo.
it.
Okay.
Could need a new canister. Getting tired of this old
Alright.
rust bucket. Lloyd!
Now we can see.
Alright.
Okay. 1 down, 1 to go, and 7 pester fleas if we feel like it. I don't.
God, I hate fester fleas.
They're just
See,
the
the problem
worst.
is, I don't feel like fester fleas, but I do feel
Yeah.
like murdering fester fleas.
It'd be nice if they just murdered a little easier, you know, if they didn't fly away after 2 shots and
Yeah,
have health bars that are, you know, inordinately long for how tiny they are.
that's true. They could be a little easier to kill.
Yeah, they shouldn't be as easy as a loot bug, but they could be slightly less infuriating. Oh, multiple paths.
I heard another. I hear a fester flea. There's 2 of them down there.
Lighting!
I'm gonna drill through into our original cave.
Okay.
Yeah, just to.
You know the drop pod's gonna.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Oh. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I didn't die. How am I still
Here comes
alive?
the Pest control.
I forgot that sandstorm stuff blows you pretty effectively.
Good job. Good job.
Hey, I am the best at this. I'm driving car, I'm shooting gun.
I got one of the annoying bugs.
A little pocket of nature back here. Mind if I call Molly?
Go for it.
Oh, and I wasted a grenade on accident. Oops.
Nice. Well done.
Thank you. There she is. Molly, you should be less like Roach.
Roach? What's it to you? I think I heard some guy calling you. Yeah? I don't hear shit.
Fucking shit.
Die,
I
monster!
need to replay The Witcher sometime. I did the classic first time playing Wild Hunt thing where I just meandered and enjoyed the mission and went, oh, now I'm on a level 15 mission of sorts and I'm like level 2 and out of healing potions and my last save was 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
This game is hosed. I cannot play this particular game anymore. I have to do a whole new game from the start. What? What just happened? I just glitched myself backwards somehow.
Nice.
Thanks. Thanks.
Let there be light!
So our next dreadnought is over here.
Yeah, I see. I'm trying to get this gold down here. Got my priorities, man.
That
Ah,
buzzing was getting on
8 of
my
them.
nerves.
Nice. Be killing more of them than I have. Hey, look, there's nitro directly below this dreadnought.
Yeah, I didn't dare pick that up.
Really? Why not?
Well, it's the whole
I'm joking.
drilling thing, you know?
Down
Just
the hatch.
uncomfortably close to that dreadnought. Do you mind if I call down a resupply?
Nah, go for it.
I ordered a resupply.
Supply pod launched. Better stand
Yeah,
back.
but I'm short on health and we're about to hit a
Oh,
dreadnought anyway, so it's just good practice to have one around.
yeah, okay.
Resupply pod is here. Everybody collect ammunition.
What am I caught on here? Ah! We're fine. It's all fine.
Did you dig through the floor?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. There.
Gotta go fast.
Nitra obtained.
The tin can is surely hungry today.
There we go. Okay.
Ready?
Lighting up!
Maybe reflare the room a bit here. Alright.
God help us.
It's quite a fancy ugly bugger.
The worst of the worst.
Mind your
Ah.
fire, your funeral's gonna be
Nearly walked off the edge there.
You didn't do that.
Worst. I hear them. Oh. The heck? Where are they?
I genuinely have no idea.
Ah! Well, one spawned right underneath me. That was great.
Nice, nice.
Oh god. Ah! Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah! Running at respawn. almost dying. God.
Don't waste your ammo doing that there.
Oh. Yes.
Lacerator eliminated.
Okay. I
Where
gotta
is
go
it?
down and get more ammo anyway, because I'm almost out.
Getting more ammo. Oh yeah. Grabbing ammo.
There it is.
Dreadnought's wiped out for
Ha-ha.
now. Good work, team. Hit the return button on the
Alright.
when you're ready, and we will pick you up.
Now we need the one stinking fester flea.
God.
Getting more ammo.
Ammo taken.
And now they're all like, you know, not around. Fester fleas.
Let there be light.
Well, we've killed most of them.
Okay, that's terrible. Check down this cave here. Yeah, we've been up here. But maybe the fester fleas are up here too. Oh, well, that's not
Point got it. Got the sand shard.
Rum.
Ow!
Yeah.
There's one last fester flea here. I know it.
We need to backtrack.
Maybe?
Light it up.
Oh, I hear it. I bet it's in the original cave.
Got no flares ready.
Boy, you're far from me. Hang on.
No, maybe not. I actually, so I just went up and went back to where we originally came in
Okay.
through the,
Yeah, I found you.
yeah. And I heard a fester flea when I was down here.
Excuse me.
Bless you. And I thought that meant it was in the main
Light!
cave where we came, where the pod dropped. But maybe it's up here. I do remember one getting past me.
Yeah. I'm basically just gonna retrace our steps. Hiding under the floorboard somewhere.
Somebody get Christoph Waltz. You're hiding fester fleas under the under the floorboards, aren't you?
Where is it? So infuriating.
Secondary objective completed. Now
You got
finish the job.
No.
What? That wasn't me. What?
You know what? I don't care.
That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You are miles away. Wonder if you call the drop pod if it'll just land right next to me.
Well, we could find out. If you're ready, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, let's see where it drops. I'm curious, actually.
Excellent. Drop pod
Watch, it'll be
inbound.
next to you, and I'll get lost. Oh my god, it is right next to me. Oh, it might actually come down on top of me if I'm not careful here.
Drop pod arrived. Mule is returning
Like,
to LZ.
literally right next to me.
Drop pod departing in T-minus
That's
5
impressive.
minutes.
I'll hold down the fort. Ah! Ah! Praetorian right next to me. Alright.
Cool.
You know, for a Dreadnought mission, that could have been way worse.
Yeah, we've dealt with worse.
You
That
stuck
is
your
for
webs
sure.
into
The
my...
mule's been successfully retrieved. Make
Alright,
it snappy, team.
here we go.
The drop pod won't hang around forever.
Get to cover!
Drop pod departing
pollution
in
from
T-minus
bugs to deal
4
with.
minutes.
Why? Because I hate them.
Extraction commencing.
The
Good
weak
work.
foot.
I hate those glyphoids.
Alright, we did it.
Yeah.
Alright. Good times.
Yeah.
We did it. We did intelligent conversation and DRG.
Yeah. And it's only 10:10.
Man. Good game, Wyo.
Good game.
Done!
And now we finally finished the interminable.
Oh man, I'm very happy to be done with that.
I forgot how long that takes.
Cool park!
Alright.
Another perk for me.
Sign off.
Maybe finish this.
Congratulations. You've proved yourself an
We
exceptional
can also
miner.
get the Oily Oaf Brew now.
Oh, nice.
And the Leaf Lovers special.
Oh yeah. Who wouldn't want the Leaf Lovers special?
It's the Martinellis of this bar, basically.
I don't even think it's that. I think
Yeah.
it's Martinelli's at least has the honesty to just be non-alcoholic.
One script
It's
for
like
me.
the
Toast for me and my friends here.
O'Douls of this bar.
Yes.
Oh, I've got script available.
So do I.
Yes, another script.
What do
This
I
looks
pick?
nice.
I think.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah!
I want
More
the flamethrower
shiny.
framework, so I'm gonna build towards that. I love the Halloween decorations. If I turn on the jukebox, do we get Halloween music?
Can't stand still
No.
for this.
Classy moves, team. Now quit it.
West has fallen. Billions must die.
I mean, at least it's fitting music. I got you a beer, by the way.
Oh,
Go get a beer.
how kind of you.
You boys better be better miners than you are dancers.
What management are you talking about?
We're the best
This
dancers,
is some
management.
crazy
Can
good
you
moves.
or can you not see these moves?
Yeah.
Are
right?
they or are they not sick?
Look, at least you're doing the Pulp Fiction, you know,
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino. What, as opposed to whatever the hell I'm doing.
Whatever you're doing.
I don't know what you'd call this move.
That's. I took too much acid at the rave, and now I can't tell if my arms work.
All right.
All right. Well,
Good game.
ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lovely evening of just letting me rant and getting through. So,
Shoot bugs, etc.
yep. It's been a good evening. We will be back tomorrow, probably around 2:30 Mountain Time, post church when we get the little one down for a nap. And then after that, I will most likely be back by my lonesome Monday evening, 7:30 Mountain. Look forward to talking to you all then. Hope you have a good weekend and go to church tomorrow. It's good for the soul. And if you need a secular reason, it's good to belong to a community and not hang out on Twitch all the time. So I will talk to you all tomorrow with new stuff and, hey, maybe a little more DRG.